Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first video, welcome. This is my first Nabalis review, and for me, how exciting is that? Especially since we're going to be talking about this special balisong, the winner of 2025 Create with Nabalis event, designed by Jappy Balisong and Ivy ILV. I would love to present the Nabalis Crescent. Let's dive into it. Bruh. Alright, let's quickly go into the specs. I'm going to save you guys time by not reading through it, but if you would love to read it, please pause to read. One thing I will touch on though is the weight system. So the weight system here for the Nabalis Crescent is not the most comprehensive. It's honestly a very basic weight system with the 4 pins. They free float an end of the handle, and I will say they definitely do something, but we'll get into it just a bit. So let's talk about my flipping experience. Because similar to the glider Moab, you can't get into talking about how this balisong flips without talking about its weights, because they actually make a world of a difference. And since my initial impressions and unboxing video, I added a single weight to the very bottom as shown in the diagram, and I can immediately tell you that it completely changed how I feel about this balisong. So during my first flips with it, fans felt great and chaplains felt fine. I definitely felt that there was so little momentum, and it showed when I tried helixing it. Again, it could be a skill issue, but if you see my clip, the helix part is where the balisong just stops carrying its handle all around my index finger and just stops. And after making the changes to the weights, you can see in the following tricks on how much more the ends of the handle move and flow. Luckily, the weights are machined well enough with tight enough tolerances where it doesn't rattle in the handles. And for me, I do know that Thomas Refalt had the exact same style of weight system, but it may just be my Refalt and the weights would rattle when I flipped it, and it bugged the hell out of me. Listen test. That's not the weights rattling, that's something else, and we'll get more into that. Also, something important to note when it comes to disassembling the balisong and taking out the weights. All of this is taken from his Instagram. Alright, after you read that, the following demonstration of tricks will be done with the 3 weights in the end of the spacer, as for me, that's the optimum weight. And just to note, the balance range for this is almost blade bias to pretty much blade bias to comfortable handle bias, depending on the weight configuration. So all of these tricks here, fans feel fantastic. Hot pun. Sorry, I'll stop that. Rollovers, also easy. They all feel fantastic. And something that's unique, honestly, about this balisong is how light it is. So tricks such as the ricochet, ladder, aerials, they all feel amazing. Anything that requires you to change momentum fast and quick, this balisong especially specializes in. Sorry, that sounds really stupid now that I said it out loud. And end weights play a huge role in how chaplains and rollovers feel, because now they don't feel like they're gonna fly off, they feel significantly stickier. So with a flipping score, you guys will likely never see a bad score unless I decide to review a balisong that I actively dislike. I try not to do that because I feel like it's not worth my time to actively shit on a balisong that someone worked hard on. However, I am making a balisong tier list, and there's definitely some ones anyways, that's a later video. I would prefer to just get my exposure on things that I believe deserve it, and this balisong, it certainly does. From my first impressions to now, I absolutely loved how this thing flips with its current weight configuration. If you didn't catch that, it does almost every trick well, and even though the chipping is pretty bad, because 1, it's incredibly short, and 2, it's incredibly shallow. it gives little to help with any ladder tricks. And the reason why I say you can do ladders on it well is because it's so light, and the satin finish actually gives it incredibly good grip. The jimping is something I wish I had at least, probably up to like here, half an inch to an inch. I think that would be optimal. And speaking of grip, the G10 slabs are actually a little too aggressive for me in the beginning, but after flipping and dropping it for a while, I actually smoothed that out a bit, and right now it's at a perfect grippy comfort and pleasant. Such a light balisong with the weight in the right places that honestly makes it such a forgiving balisong to flip. I don't mess up as much with this balisong or get as tired flipping it, and honestly, it's right up my alley for preferences. I can't deduct much from this besides the lack of jimping, and even then it's such a small deduction that to me it's excusable. 9.75 out of 10. All right, value. So I could add more criteria to my balisong reviews, but I realize that simplifying it isn't a bad thing because it gets pretty convoluted with a bunch of scores, especially for such a subjective hobby and topic. I just want to focus on honestly two main things, flipping and value, because these objectively will be the most important things about a balisong, other than looks, but looks are of course even more subjective than value and build quality. Let's consider the following. Price is around $75. It includes 4 washers, 2 bushings, 4 extra weights for 8 weights total, an extra pivot needle, and some lube. Personally, for me, I think it's a fantastic deal. And the durability of the balisong is fine, as the materials are quite good. And as you can tell, there's something not quite great. For the most part, it has held up quite well cosmetically, as I've dropped it on wood, concrete with honestly little to no blemishes. I'm actually quite impressed. When you talk about value too, don't forget that Nabalis is a Chinese manufacturer, so they can get higher quality materials at a lower price point, and it's going to be the normal standard for Chinese balisongs. This balisong is so incredibly comfortable, and with everything you get at this price point, it's a no-brainer that this value is a 10 out of 10. So, do I recommend this balisong? The only other balisong I can think that is similar to this in terms of actual build is going to be the Refault. Pretty much a 1-to-1 in terms of build. Steel blade, channel aluminum, handles with G10 scales, and a free float 4-pin weight system. But this one, in my opinion, flips better and just feels better, in my personal opinion. The Refault does sound significantly better in my opinion, specifically the carbon fiber version. Because I've had both G10 and carbon fiber. Carbon fiber way above that, but it is also more expensive than this. And honestly, for me, this is going to be a contender in the best balisong under $100, even reaching past that price point, because for me, it just flips so well and is so well made, with an asterisk. Hey, baby. It is also lighter than most metal balisongs out there, which again is something I really like, and I think will be good for most people who have weaker hands, fingers, or honestly just prefer lighter balis. However, there are a few things to mention with this review and with what I got first. This is a first production purple model, which is going to be different than the white first productions and every other following production drop. And when it came to changing weights, these scales popped off, unlike the newer ones that will slide and then pop off. And the reason is because in later iterations, they're designing it so that it will lock the G10 and lead to tighter tolerances. Also, because again, probably because this is the first drop, after one hard drop on on wood, it got tapped and I can't get it out, and it's really annoying. It doesn't affect the flipping at all, so do with that what you will. But if anyone else has had a bad or good experience with this balisong, please let me know down in the comments. God, it's so annoying. I hate it. I hope that future iterations will be improved and will be accessible for anyone out there, because I really like this thing design wise. Jappy and Ivy both knocked it out of the park. So thank you guys for designing such a good balisong, because it's quickly climbing to be one of my favorites. Except for that, Nabalis, I love you guys so much for again being able to put out people's visions in the hand of everyone at an affordable price. If you want to sponsor me, I'll take it. I would love to be a sponsor. Or if you want to send balisongs for me to review or make videos on, I would love to do that also. And for me, I got into this hobby through the vault, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I and so many others are incredibly grateful for you guys pushing and pioneering the budget balisong market. The Crescent, for me, will go down as one of the best balisongs made by Nabalis. And honestly, it's one of my favorite of all time. That's it. Thank you all for watching this video. And I have an exciting comparison review video coming up soon on these two bad boys here. So please keep your eyes out for that. If you have anything on your mind or want to say, please leave them down in the comments below. I read every single comment and it really means a lot. Thank you so much. Please take good care of yourselves. Take care of those you love. Be a good person. Be kind. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.